In this video, you'll learn how truly important being able to shift your focus at the drop of a dime, how and when to do it, and what not doing it is costing you. Before I start, I'm Shayla Ma'at. I'm a mother, a homeschooler, and transformation coach, and I post weekly videos on personal development. Before I learned how to shift my focus, my problem was that I'm a parent, and parenting often involves conflict resolution, stress, being triggered, and just the general worry and responsibility of maintaining a household. So when these things would come up, I would find it hard for me to shift my focus and attention onto the solution or the next phase of the day. And I would feel stress, begin to produce harmful chemicals like cortisol, and just be in a bad mood and end up forgetting something. I wasn't able to enjoy my days, and I said things sometimes that were hurtful. I knew how important it was for me to learn how to shift my attention and my focus. So I started to practice techniques until I found one that worked. Now that I know how to shift my focus, I'm able to enjoy my days. I'm more pleasant overall. I've developed emotional intelligence. I'm in a state where I'm able to receive my blessings. I'm also able to solve problems with less stress and attract all my desires. I overall have a peace of mind. Comment down below if you're ready to enjoy your days and experience peace. Your ability to shift your focus directly impacts your life. It basically determines what happens next. Your dominant thoughts and what you're thinking about the most in the present moment creates feelings. How you feel emits a vibration. We're always emitting a vibration. That vibration is reflected back to us in our circumstances, our relationships, and our good or bad fortune. So you can see that controlling your thoughts and what you focus on can directly impact your life. This is why you sometimes attract the same people and same toxic relationships, or end up manifesting your fears because you think about them all the time. Those dominant thoughts create feelings, emotions, and a vibration. That vibration is always being emitted, whether it's good, bad, high, or low. Your dominant thoughts, your focus, directly impacts that vibration. So we want to make sure that we are focusing on the things that we want to experience. And the way to do that is when weird things happen, when bad things happen in life, we're able to pivot and shift. There are going to be many situations where you're going to need to shift your focus. For example, if you are in a state of mind where you are worrying, you could be worrying about bills, making arrangements, time-sensitive matters that can cause you to focus and what they call ruminate over an unfavorable scenario, one that hasn't even happened. Sometimes just parenting or raising a defiant teenager can cause you to be swept away with so many emotions of fear, frustration, disappointment. And you have to be able to shift your focus and stabilize yourself. Remember, those emotions are creating a vibration, and that is always being sent out into the universe and mirrored back to you. So situations that you can't get out of in life, like parenting, bills, or even just the unknown, you have to be able to shift your focus when you find yourself overly focusing your attention on things that you do not want to experience. When unexpected things happen, which is a part of life, you have to be able to observe it and then completely shift your focus onto a solution, onto something that is favorable. You do not have to overly observe things that upset you, things that make you feel negative emotions. We have control over our focus, which means we have control over what happens next. Being in traffic can easily trigger you and cause you to feel negative emotions and send out that negative vibration. So being able to shift your attention and focus during situations like traffic and arguments or whenever you're triggered is going to help you to stay in control of what you attract. Another time where you're going to need to be able to shift your focus is when you're going through some type of challenge or process and you may be tired, weary, or discouraged. These are all human emotions that you have to be able to acknowledge, observe, but then at some point choose to shift your attention. Sometimes you may be going through a process or experiencing frustration from a process taking too long or feeling like it's never going to end. It could be entrepreneurship. It could be a bad sales call, rejection, anything that is not favorable that may come up. It is okay if you are ready and able to cleanse it, shift your attention onto something better. Another time where shifting your attention and focus may be needed is oftentimes trolls. People will troll you, heckle you, and do things to try to rob you of your happiness, your peace, and your joy. And you cannot allow people on the outside to control your state of being. So in situations where you're being trolled, you can use this skill to shift your attention. So now that you know the power of your focus and how often you may need to shift it, here are some ways that you can start practicing. Number one, find something to laugh at. Nowadays, that could be as simple as pulling up a Netflix comedy or TikTok. But find something to change and lift your mood. Another great way to shift your attention and focus is to do a chore. Now, this might be unpleasant or something that you might not pick at first, but chores have to get done. And doing a chore like sweeping or folding clothes is going to bring you into the present moment and take your mind off of whatever is bothering you. So figure out a chore that you know you can do and get it done. Take a walk. There are certain hormones that are released when you walk after about 12 to 15 minutes that boost your mood immediately. And getting out into nature is going to also help to stabilize you and change your attention to something else. Another great thing to do while you're walking is listen to guided meditations or ebooks and podcasts. You want to change your mind and move to something totally different until you come up with a solution. You basically want to change the subject. So think of your definite purpose. And if you don't have one, this will be a perfect time to create one. Your definite purpose is the thing that inspires you, the thing that you live for. Sometimes you might want to revisit some of the whys of the things, some of the reasons why you do the things that you do. Go and try to inspire yourself by going back to some of the goals and purposes that you set up for yourself in the past when you were feeling positive. Think of a miracle. And yes, we experience miracles every day. I can tell you one, you woke up this morning. That is a miracle. Or another time where you thought you didn't know how things were going to turn out and you were afraid and things end up turning out in your favor. Go back to that and remind yourself that you are blessed and that things generally always work out. Look how far you've already gotten. Start thinking about what you need to do tomorrow. Go ahead and pull out the to-do list and start making the list. That will put you in the present moment and ahead into things that can be productive and toward the solution to your problems. My favorite one is think about your crush. Pretend he's in the room, he or she. How would you act if your crush was in the room? Would you be freaking out or would you be keeping it cool? This one may seem crazy, but talk to your imaginary friend. And if you don't have one, it's okay to create someone in your head. Someone that you trust, a character that only sees things favorable for you. And start talking about juicy topics. Create a scene in your mind and have a full conversation with your best friend in your head. While this may seem crazy, this is going to shift your attention off of those negative emotions and thoughts. When you focus on the unfavorable and choose not to learn how to shift your focus, when you don't practice on shifting your attention, you are giving away your power to that unfavorable topic. The only way for you to remain in control of your vibration is to be mindful and be able to let go of fear, doubt, and guilt and put your intentions and focus on something favorable. So always make the effort to shift your focus, practice and use these tips, and watch this video on the subconscious mind, cause and effect, and more on how your focus creates your reality. I'll see you there.
Louisa.